So when we are talking about H-type cables, this type of cables is or this type of cables are designed by H, and so the name is like that. Okay, see the constructional features as per the figure. Okay, here we are making a typical three-core H-type cable. Here each core is insulated by a layer of impregnated paper, and the insulation on each core is covered with a metallical screen, which is usually consists of aluminum foil. Okay, the cores are laid in such a way that the metallical screens make contact with one another, and an additional conducting belt is wrapped around the three cores. Then the cables are here we are talking about here that this cable has no insulating belt, but lead sheath, bedding, armoring, and serving are used as usual. Okay, it is easy to see that each core screen is in electrical contact with the conducting belt and the lead sheath. Okay, as the as per we are talking about as three core screens and the conducting belt and the lead sheaths are earth potential, therefore the electrical stresses are purely radial, and consequently dielectric losses are reduced when you are using S type cables in underground system. The principal advantage of H-type cables are these are claimed for firstly the firstly we can talk about the perforations in the metallical screens assist the complete integrated of the cable with the compound, and thus the possibility of air pockets over voids in the dielectric is eliminated. The void, if present, tend to reduce the breakdown strength of the cable and may cause considerable damage to the paper insulation. Then the second point is the metallic screens increase the heat dissipating power of the cable. Then come to discuss about SL type cables. Okay, see the diagram of SL type cables. Okay, uh, it is basically H type cables, but the screen around each core insulation is covered by its own lead sheath. There is no overall lead sheath, but only armoring and serving are provided when it is SL type cables. Okay, and the SL type cables have two main uh, advantage over H type cables, which is firstly we can tell the separate sheaths minimize the possibility of core to core breakdown. Then secondly, uh, benefiting or the bending of cables becomes easy due to the elimination of overall lead sheath. However, the disadvantage of SL type cables are that is, the three lead sheaths of SL cables are much thinner than the single sheath of H cable, and therefore we are and therefore greater care of manufacturing is required. Okay, now I want to talk about the limitation of above solid type cables we have discussed. Okay, these type of cables or construction are referred to as solid type cable, that is our SL type, and S type cables are of solid type cables because solid insulation is used and no gas or oil circulates in the cable sheath. The voltage limit for solid type cable is up to 66 kV due to the following reason. Or the first reason is a solid cable carry the load, its conductor temperature increases and the cable uh, expands, and which due to this action the stretch it stretches the lead sheath, which may be damaged. Then the next option is when the load on the cable decreases, the conductor cools and partial vacuum is formed within the cable sheath, and if the pinholes are present in the lead sheaths, okay, moist air may be drawn into the cable. Therefore it may reduce the dielectric strength of insulation, which may eventually causes the breakdown of the cable. Then the next limitation is to that is voids are always present in the insulation of cable. Okay, though in our modern techniques due to our modern techniques of manufacturing, we have resulted void free cables. However, under operating conditions, the voids are formed as a result of the differential expansion and contraction of the sheaths and impregnated compound. Therefore, breakdown strength of voids is considerably less than that of the insulation. So, if the void is small enough, the electrostatic stress across it may cause its breakdown. And the voids nearest to the conductor are the first to break down. Therefore, and the chemical and thermal effects of ionization causing permanent damage to the paper insulation. Okay, now I want to talk about the next cable, that is our pressure cable. So when the operating voltage is beyond 66 kV, then solid type cables are unreliable because there is a danger of breakdown of insulation due to the presence of voids. Okay, so when the operating voltage is greater than 66 kV, then pressure cables are used. Okay, there are two types of pressure cables, that is oil filled cables and gas pressure cables are commonly used. So first I want to talk about oil filled cable. Okay, so when I am discussing about oil filled cable, in this type of cables, channels or ducts are provided in the cable for oil circulation. The oil under pressure is kept constantly supplied to the channel by means of external reservoirs placed at suitable distances along the route of the cable. Oil under pressure compresses the layer of paper insulation and is forced into any voids that may have formed between the layers. Due to the elimination of voids, oil-filled cables can be used for higher voltages, and the range may be from 66 kV to 230 kV. We can use oil-filled cables. Okay, oil-filled cables are of three types, that is single core conductor channel, then the next one is single core sheath channel, and the next one is three core filter space channel. See the figure. This figure shows the constructional details of a single core conductor channel oil filled cable, and here the oil channel is formed at the center by stranding the conductor wire around a hollow cylindrical steel spiral tape. The oil under pressure is supplied to the channel by means of external reservoir, and the channel is made of spiral steel tape which allows the oil to percolate between copper strands to the wrapped insulation. The oil pressure compresses the layer of paper insulation and prevents the possibility of void formation. and this system is so designed that when the oil gets expanded due to increase in cable temperature, the extra oil collects in the reservoir. However, when the cable's temperature falls during light loads condition, then the oil uh, from or the oil from the reservoir flows to the channel. uh, The main disadvantage of this type of cable is that the channel is at the middle of the cable and is at a full voltage with respect to earth, so that a very complicated system of joints is necessary there. Okay, see the figure which shows the constructional details of single core sheath channel oil filled cable. In this type of cable, the conductor is solid, similar to that of solid cable, and is paper insulated. However, oil ducts are provided in the metallic sheaths and in the three core oil filled cables. Okay, see the figure of three core oil filter cable. Okay, here the oil ducts are located in the filter space, and these channels are composed of perforated metal ribbon tubing and are at the earth potential. Okay, and the oil filled cables have three main advantages. That is, firstly, formation of voids and ionization are avoided. Then the second advantage is allowable temperature range and dielectric strength are increased. Then the third advantage is, if there is leakage, the defect in the lead sheath is at once indicated, and the possibility of earth fault is decreased. However, the disadvantage of this kind of cables are, here the high initial cost and complicated system of laying. Okay, now come to discuss about gas pressure cable. As we know, the voltage required to set up ionization inside a void increases as the pressure is increased, but at the same time the increased pressure produces radial compression which tends to close any kind of voids, and this is the principle of this is the principle of gas pressure cables. Okay, see the diagram. Okay, this diagram shows the section of external pressure cable designed by Huck, Starter, Vogel, and Bowden. The construction of the cable is similar to that of an ordinary solid type, except that it is of triangular shape and the thickness of lead sheath is 75% as comparison to the solid cable. The triangular sections reduces the weight and gives low thermal resistance. And the main reason of the triangular shape is that the lead sheath acts as a pressure membrane. The sheath is protected by a thin metal tape. See the diagram. The thin is protected by a thin metal or thin metal tape, and the cable is laid in a gas tight steel pipes, and the pipe is filled with dry nitrogen gas at 12 to 15 atmospheres, and then the gas pressure produces radial compression and closes the voids that may have formed between the layers of paper insulation. These kind of cables can vary or these kind of cables can carry more load currents and operate at higher voltages than the normal cables. Okay, the maintenance cost is small, and the nitrogen gas helps in quenching any kind of flame when I am talking about the gas pressure cables. Okay, but the disadvantage of a gas pressure cable is that the overall cost of gas pressure cable is very high. Okay, so this finishes the details of or this finishes the details of underground cable and the classification of underground cable. Okay, thank you very much.